Okay, guys, we are here with Von Schweikert, and we are listening to the Ultra 7 loudspeaker. MSRP 180,000 USD.
Correct.
We heard this at Expona, I believe. You had it there too.
Capital?
And Capital as well. So I've heard it at several occasions. Today I thought it was sounding phenomenal. Of course, VAC. I mean, nothing else needs to be said about VAC. You know, it's in my backyard. I mean, it's just, I hate to sound repetitive, but you guys know it's one of the best tube amplifications and preamplifications that we have in the United States. So amazing job as always, Kevin. Okay, so let's talk about this speaker, and maybe you can articulate what's so special about the speaker, what makes it a new generation, if you will, when it comes to Von Schweikert, as opposed to like the previous models that you had. What has been improved? Is there any something new that we can tell the viewers here?
What do we want to tell the viewers?
Well, I mean, as far as new, we'll get to that, but what I want to state is this is part of our Ultra line, right? So it incorporates the finest drivers that we're able to source around the world, and the master-built Ultra wires inside, the highest level of quality of components. All of these speakers, like all of our painted speakers, are built to order, so customers select the finish and all of that. The Ultra 7 is our newest member of the flagship family.
And not built to a price point.
So it's cost no object.
The idea is we have to have a concept, components are going to go together and produce some type of loudspeaker design that frankly we're excited about.
Mm-hmm.
We only build stuff we're really excited about. And the 7 is, like I said, the newest one. It's the little brother to the 9 and the 11, but in no way is the little brother. This is the ultimate flagship for the right room. And that's, we're really focused with Von Schweikert on room integration. The 9 and the 11 have this control suite and it's all autoformers, right? So
Yes.
So these are individual signal paths, and you can choose between half dB or 1 dB increments. The speakers are designed and shipped from the factory flat, but your room is ultimately going to tell you how the speaker is going to sound. This control suite, completely analog, completely passive,
Right.
allows you to create a flat response in your room. So in other words, these are set during setup, and then you're done with them. Just forget about
them.
Or if you're one of those people that decide you want to go put on Led Zeppelin for a little while, and you want to be able to listen to it for a little while, you can come over here and say, I'm just going to back down the tweeters.
So pretty customizable. You can fine tune it to your liking. You can make it basically play anything and everything you want.
Pretty much.
So you have that control, that tweakability factor, which most speakers don't have. This is why, hence the reason you have to go to cables and start changing cable brands and tuning that way.
Right.
We all do it. Let's keep it real. Cables are in the way, unfortunately, tuning devices for a lot of us, but the brand itself is giving you that flexibility, so you can just do your own changes as you go, so you have nothing to worry about.
And you can also decide where exactly you want to put these in the room. So not only do you dial it flat to the room, you dial it flat to that location. So where normally you might have a purely passive system with no controls, you look all over the room, and that's the best sound you're going to get with those speakers in that room.
Or you have to bring in a bunch of bass treatment, or you have to treat your room, where we've found a way to, the speaker can more dictate where it wants to go more than the room actually tell. Obviously there's a sweet spot in every room.
Sure.
Right? But this gives us a flexibility that's just, especially when you have the booster amplifier on the back, which we are not running right now.
What's the impedance of the speaker? What is it at 8 ohm low?
No, this is a 4 ohm speaker.
4 ohm speakers, and what kind of
even lower.
amplification wise? How much power does it need?
This speaker's 94 dB. It is effortless.
Very nice. Which is why you're using tubes. Not that those tubes don't have power, but I mean you can definitely do tube gear without any concern.
Yes.
A system like this, ultimately our whole design philosophy is lowering distortion, whether it's in the cabinet, and by distortion I mean distortion of the signal, right?
Anywhere where it distorts the signal,
right.
flexing of cabinet walls.
Drivers, crossovers, the choice of autoformers over potentiometers, what have you. We're using 4 amps mainly because we can. We love doing it.
Right.
But by doing that, we're also eliminating distortion.
Correct.
We're trying to achieve the highest level of performance we can in this venue with this system.
There's absolutely something to say about isolating the mid-range. Well, first of all our circuits are completely isolated from one another in here.
Physically,
they're not series circuits whatsoever in this aspect. They're all parallel circuits. The other thing is what I did want to mention is there's a beauty to using autoformers If I was to use resistors just to knock down this in every stage of the way, each one of those resistive steps would change how my crossover behaves inside of the speaker.
Interesting.
So you can't affect one thing without affecting the other one, and
The law of unintended
yes.
consequences. Yeah.
So this is something that we're learning from some of our other manufacturing friends, is that the autoformers, transformers, really do.
So, question for you. So, is the reason why the 7 was born basically the room size and dimension, meaning a speaker?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's also flexible, right? So, I mean, at the Pacific Audio Fest, we were one of the biggest rooms we've ever shown.
I remember.
Right?
Yeah.
So this, with the integration of outboard subs that are fast,
We
low
call them
distortion.
subs. I wish
Yeah.
we should
shouldn't
call them. We're using them in a different way.
Yeah, we're actually using them for active bass correction in the room. But the addition to that, you have more flexibility. The 7s, the 9s and the 11s are wonderful. They have integrated subwoofers that can do the same thing. You can either reinforce or cancel bass, to get flat response in the room.
Right.
With this, you can run these in the same rooms as the big boys, but just including a couple outboards.
Give us more flexibility, and this is in a sleeker, slender.
Yeah.
I like the size. It's not overwhelming, by the way. So, what's the weight of one of these?
That is actually surprisingly is not as heavy as you would think. I think we're just under. Is that one just under 200?
Yeah.
That's manageable. I'm
No.
used to that all day long. So, don't be afraid. Okay, it's okay. 200 pounds, not a big deal. Most of you guys are anyway over 100 pounds. So,
We do use. This isn't just a regular MDF or anything like this. We do use several composites. So we use there's an MDF, there's an HDF involved in here. What we use is multi-layer damping,
Controlled layer
and
damping.
so that way, because if we were to just use one material, then that whole cabinet can sit there and resonate for that one material. So we don't do that. We have different size panels inside. There's artificial stone inside here.
Okay.
So I mean, our walls are like this thick.
And then
Wow.
we have a plasticine surface between them that basically provides damping. So the whole idea is that we're breaking up the Q factors of the panels and eliminating distortion in the panel cabinet. Now, while I will say this, we're showing a new product here, the LS footers. These are exclusively our design. We're working with them, but it was made for us by Joe Critical Mass.
critical mass footers. Okay.
Amazing footers. If you're familiar with
Oh, yeah.
other isolation components.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are wonderful. They come in 3 sizes. They can be used with any loudspeaker, not just von Schweikert. So,
Okay, well, guys, thank you. It's been a pleasure listening to this system. I finally got a chance to put you in front of my camera and articulate to everyone who follows me what's so good about the Ultra 7s, guys. So if you are here in Munich 2013 Hi-Fi show, please come out and listen. What room is this?
E217.
E217, okay? Come and check them out so you can hear the speaker in its full glory. That's all I got for today, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you
George.
again for
Appreciate it.
subscribing and continue to support the channel.